Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. It's a quick video today with a follow-up tomorrow, what's today? Possibly, or the day after, one of those. We're starting off with unpackaging. It's not unboxing, it's unwrapping, and it's not super exciting. But it's a necessity, has to be done. Therein lies the quick chat. My Disas, I'd say the majority of the blooms have now gone over. Now, I've read in several places that the spikes, the flower stems, should be allowed to die back because the nutrients are actually reabsorbed into the plant. That plant, the one that has flowered, is the one that produces the new growths to grow on. Yeah, the bulb-like thing that lives underground is, I think it's officially called a stolon, but it's like a little tuber or a bulb. It's an underground unit, and it grows new plants after it's flowered, sometimes before. But the flowering part dies. That dies back, having reabsorbed the stem, which puts some energy into helping the new growths grow. So it is quite important to allow that to happen. But there's no reason not to take the actual dead blooms off at the top of the stem and then just leave the stem to die back. Now, the Disas are currently in multiple stages of going through that dying back. Quite a lot of the blooms are now dead, they're brown, so they can be snipped off. This is a job for tomorrow. I'm going to have a go at the Disas tomorrow, so we're going to get them out of the trays individually. I'll have to put something down on here to stop it getting soaking wet, and just have a talk about them as to what I'm hoping is the right plan to go forward. Now, down the line, I am going to have far too many Disas. I can only post to the UK. So if you live in the UK and you think you might want some Disas, keep your eye on the channel. It won't be till next year, because I'll be splitting and sorting them out this year, and then next year we'll have some pots that have hopefully grown on. That might even bloom next year, who knows, but I will have a surplus. I can't keep them all. Now, there will be some at the Orchid Society I'm sure would be prepared to have a go, but these are not houseplants. Yeah, you can't stick them on the windowsill next to your Phalaenopsis. They're not going to fare well. They need good light, they need cool conditions, not like you have in a house. They like to be cool to cold, yeah, down that end, right down that end. And they need high humidity and a little bit of airflow, not a force-8 gale. So their requirements are not that easy to accommodate in a house. You could possibly in an enclosed space, like a large terrarium or something like that, maybe. But anyway, there will be some. Now, I know one of the sellers who's now stopped trading, so they haven't gone out of business, but they don't trade anymore, used to post them bare rooted, and I never thought that was a good idea, because first of all, to get them bare rooted, you've disturbed them. You wrapped them in tissue or something, put them in the post, they've got to come out into a new environment. I don't think that was a good idea. So if I send them, they will be sent potted. That means they will be quite heavy because they will be soaking wet. The pots can be wrapped in a polythene bag, sealed over the top so that the water doesn't come out inside the package. Soggy package. But something can be sorted anyway. But tomorrow we'll have a look at them and we'll have a chat and a think about what's to come. It's a sequence of events. The larger pots are supposed to be split. I don't think all of them are suitable to split. They haven't got enough plants in to warrant, 4 pieces going into 4 large pots. I don't think that's going to work for all of them. For some of them, they're bursting out of the pot as it is, so they will make 4 good potfuls, you know, but not all. And then there's the small pots, which I've been told would be best just potted on into a larger pot. We shall see. We've also got the one that's bare rooted. I don't plan on keeping it like that. Yeah. So that's going to need potting up properly, in my opinion. But anyway, I'll just swing the camera down, we'll get the package undone, and then we can... the idea is to forewarn you, there's not everybody's going to be interested in the Disas. They are a bit specialised, a bit specialist sort of thing, but a lot of people are showing interest in following, even if they have no intentions of getting any. And quite a few people have said in their part of the world they can't get them, you know, so even if you wanted to. And I can only deal with people in the UK. Yes, so we'll just have a look at the package then. It is relevant. It is related. There we go. I'll rip the label off and the rest of it should come off pretty easy, I think. It's just a bag. And as I said, this is related to what I've just been talking about. It's obviously not orchids the way I'm chucking it around. Why struggle? Get the big guys out. The skizzers out. Right, so what have we got then? We've got some paper. Oh, that's just an advert for the company, their various offers. And what have we got then? What we've got is a stack of 1 litre black pots. These are for the Disas. You know I always grow in clear pots, but not these. So these are hydroponic pots, so they have feet and lots of holes. Bear in mind these are going to stand in water, yeah? So the number of holes is not that relevant. The water's going to get in there one way or the other. So these are supposed to be quite strong. That one's bent a bit, that's the Postman Pat or Courier Company. But yeah, that's what they're for. They're for the Disas. I think I bought 20, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 2, yeah. So there's 20 there. That's probably too many, but you know, if a big pot gets split into 4, I need 3. One that it's just come out of that, you know, a quarter can go back in, and 3 new ones. Yeah? So they're going to get used up relatively quickly, I think. And this using them up is going to start quite soon, I think. The idea of getting things repotted, I believe, as soon as possible, makes sense to me because there's still some growing season left, especially for cooler growers. They're not going to be subject to stopping growing because the temperatures drops. They are cool growers. They won't mind the temperature drop. In fact, they'll probably appreciate it. So, you know, there's plenty of growing season left for Disas. The thing that will probably stop them growing is the really short days, and we're a fair way away from there. So there's some growing to be done, and I think the sooner I get these split up and put in there whatever pot they're going to be in for the following year, the sooner that's done, the better, to allow for the growth of the season that we've got left, so that they can get going as good as possible. What are they offering then? Weed killers, potting media, plant supports, just gardening stuff basically. There's some paperwork. Right, so there we go, that's what was in the package, and we'll have a much closer, more detailed look at the Disas tomorrow, and then by name I'm going to try and make up my mind what I'm going to do to each potful and when I'm going to do it. Like, is this going to happen very soon, or has this one got to wait for some time? I've still got a couple of Disas where the blooms look good. They're not starting to go over yet. So they've got at least probably a week or more before they start to fade. And then I've got some that have just browned and shriveled, you know, that need snipping off basically. So we'll have a look at them properly tomorrow, and we'll see how we go. I mean, everywhere's going to be soaking wet, isn't it? Anyway, hopefully see you tomorrow, and I've got a normal weekend. I'm not away anywhere, I'm not doing anything, so we'll have normal videos as and when I can think of something. There's still supposed to be a back to basics video this week, but so far I haven't come up with anything that I can actually do. So I'm still thinking about that. But anyway, that's what was in the package. Disa pots, basically. I don't need any small black pots. On the grounds, I've got a few lying around in the shed. I've got one down there on the floor, and the ones that come out of the small pots will be going in bigger pots, which leaves the small pots possibly for something else. We shall see. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. There was something else I was going to say. It's gone. I've forgotten what it was. Never mind, I shall probably think of it as soon as I turn the camera off. In which case it'll be a bit on the end, or not, as the case may be. Bye for now.